Welcome back, everybody. So in today's video, it's something I've been meaning to get to for a long time already. On the Integra, we haven't got any updates yet, so waiting on some other stuff. But in this video, I don't know if I ever mentioned it in previous of the videos, but the hatch has had very horrible steering. And I mean very horrible steering. I had got new tie rods like about, I don't know how long ago when I first put everything back together. But, oh, they say, damn, it's loose, but I forgot I loosened it already. But I don't know which kinds I got, and they're just not that great. Like, I don't know if they're just not the OE length or what happened, but this wheel was like still turning right. This one was, I don't know what. And yeah, steering components were all out of place. So what I got that I've seen, and I'll explain how it works, but brand new inner and outer reversed Truhart tie rod. So essentially with these tie rods, the way they mount is, I said it, reverse, well not reverse, but upside down. So instead of your tie rod like typical going on top, I'll show you guys what I mean. Going on top right here and then tightening it from the bottom nut, these will actually mount from the bottom. Stud goes through and then you tighten it. Now some may ask, I've never really seen any videos explaining it too much, why in the would you want that? So with these tie rods, the main goal is to be able to have a lot more alignment adjustment and overall help the steering rack not be so stressed, if that makes sense. Because the way things work with an alignment, or I mean alignment steering rack, watch, here's the breaker bar as an example. So typically in the steering rack, let's say this breaker bar is your centerpiece right here, all right, and then your inner tie rod, which is, you know, just normal tie rod, sits, your inner tie rod will sit, you know, right here as usual, so it can pull in and out, has its movement right there. And then this tie rod, it feels like an OE one, would bolt down on top. But when you lower your car, obviously from factory, this is how it's supposed to look, just straight. When you lower your car, you have to remember these also take an effect, which they technically move up because your suspensions move, your suspension and everything is getting lower, but your body is coming down lower. So in the end, this is exaggerated, but you guys get the point. It's at an angle. So with that angle, once you lower your car, obviously that's when your car gets messed up in tow. So essentially what you want to do is bring it more out to correct the toe, but that only leaves you so much thread left, and then to try to bring at that angle, this ball joint that they come with is going to be in a lot of stress. So yeah, that's basically what's going on, especially if you're like static, you know, depending on what ride height you are. The moment you lower your car, this is going to get affected. And this part right here is going to be, you know, at an angle. This right here is going to be stressed when you're doing side and side, so like you just don't get a lot of adjustment. But with these, since they're reversible, once you put these on, since they're mounted upside down, these will go like this, but I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. So like they would mount upside down like this, all right? And you're thinking, okay, well, I don't see no length difference. With this, obviously not, but when you extend it like that, you have to extend it outward. So once you bring it more this way, it's gonna have it even longer, so you technically have to shorten it back in to go to that same exact length you're at now. So from here to here, that will make it longer, obviously, so you have to bring it back in to shorten it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but the way you can think of it is like if you extend your arms out, obviously that's like perfect, you know, no stress. And you move your arm up, your distance is getting a lot shorter. So if you wanted your arm to be at the same exact spot from here to here, you'd have to have your arm longer. With it being upside down, you put tie rod back down and then from there bring it back in, if you know that makes sense. Hopefully I did some explaining it, but that's what this video is going to be about. Putting these tie rods on, and hopefully it can correct my steering. Hopefully, because I'm, like I said, it's been horrible. Now I'm gonna try to do an eyeball alignment. Obviously it's not gonna be the best still, but I'll get a lot closer, and let's see if it helps my steering, because it's not good. But let's go ahead and start getting everything moved. All right, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. Right here, when I was doing the tie rods I first ordered, and off the back when I threw them on, I was like, yeah, this ain't right. So you guys can see the amount of thread that's left in here is just like, that's just not safe. So like I said, for example, you can even tell when it's like dropped all the way down, the angle this is at. Yes, I have no boot. I know, once I saw these were crap, I didn't bother. I did not care. That's what these new ones came with boots. Problem solved. I just had to re-grease everything. That should be right. Anyways, yeah, the threads are just showing way too much. So you can think about it, when it's all the way up on a lower car, this goes up, puts a lot of stress on this, and you have to extend it out. When they're upside down, you know, they'll be more level once you're lowered, and you have a lot more adjustment room for it to get a really precise toe when you're doing alignment, and you won't be stressing it out. And the good thing about those too, I didn't mention, is that they're spherical, so you know they have a lot more adjustment to them. So yeah, when I first did these, I had to take off my steering rack. I'm gonna see if I can do without doing that right now, but if I do have to do that, oh well, it doesn't take too long. They're like 2 hours last time, but I'll go ahead and start taking everything off, and pray to God it's not that difficult. It's supposed to be like a 30-minute install. Watch me, not on video, but watch it take me like almost 3 hours, because you know that's how it be. You know the eBay specials when they come with no cotter pin. It's just a little locking nut. All bad. All bad. Alright, so depending if you guys have OEM rods or not, the inner rods, there's going to be a boot around here. Depending if it's good or bad, you can take off the inner one to loosen this locking nut, unthread this out, because you're going to get new ones either way, so it has no point in saving it. Depends if your alignment's good. You can do all the measurement stuff, but mine's not. So these, like I said, they're the cheaper ones. Usually with the better inner tie rods, they'll have the actual like joint part right here in front, so that the other end screws on, but you can see that's not really the best idea or the greatest about these. And they're already like worn out. Look at that. Tie rod's like, it's like not even a month. Horrible garbage. But there's also gonna be this like little like washer right here that gets hammered in like 2 ends of the tab. If you don't have those loosened or like at least widened out, all I did was got a flathead right in here, hit up a couple times and just pried it. You got to move the inner tire out of the way a little bit, but just move it out of the way, just, you know, so you can get it to spin, and then you take it out. That's why I had to take out the rack and pinion out last time, because it didn't give me enough space. But I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna show you guys what I mean if I can take it off like this. What I mean about how like the actual good ones compared to the bad ones in the inner tie rods. But let's hope. Yeah, look at this, all jacked up, man. All right, I don't even know how I managed to do this, but thank God I did it. I didn't have to take off the steering rack. Yeah, but this is what I mean by when I say these are like the more cheaper ones compared to the ones I have now. So for one, you can really tell the length difference, so I'm guessing that's, I don't even know what, she said it was for my car, apparently not. And then two, the main difference you guys can see is the joint part right here. So this part is on the inside, right, where it threads in. Some of you may think not big of a problem. So this part's the joint on the inside right here on this side. On the new one that I got, the joint is on the left side towards the rod. The reason that makes the biggest difference is because if you get like a tie rod tool or something and you try grabbing this shaft, a lot of people will have a tool that just bites on it and it will just twist it, it's just gonna rotate. The only real force or like grab you have is this little nub right here. And even then, if you have it hella clamped down, you know, you don't really have that much to grab. With this one, if you grab the clamp right here, for one, you guys can see it has grooves on it, and two, this part is one whole piece separate from this. So if you turn this and crank this down and tighten it or loosen it, whatever, it'll come off a lot easier than with this one. So like I said, this one, the joint's inside, and on this one, it's on the opposite side, making this one a lot easier to maintenance if needed, and just for removal and installation compared to this one. Imagine the only way I got this one off is because these things weren't even smacked that good, and then I used this super slim wrench, and it doesn't even grab it, just enough to turn it, and it came out. So yeah, you guys might have to drop rack and pinion, hopefully not, depending on the rod you have, but we got it up. I'm gonna go ahead and do the next side, cross my fingers, it was this easy, and then from there I'm gonna just center the steering wheel so I know where to put my tie rods at. But there you go. Guys, I don't know how I got this like right now. Like, this might actually be a simple install. For those who know, you know. That is never true. But we got both of them off. Wow. This ain't nothing from freaking eBay, man. Honestly, eBay parts aren't bad, but it's like eBay. Only one of them came with the actual cotter pin. The other one came with that little rubber nut. And then, yeah, I don't even know, man. So, I mean, I guess they still work, the outer ones, whoever needs them, like it was like an emergency type deal. But yeah, you guys can see how much. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about that. So right now I'm gonna just get a rag. I'm gonna clean the actual shaft with a rack. Clean that up, get some grease, put the inner ones in, so that once I put the boots on, there's more than enough grease in there. And then I'm gonna do a one way, turn the steering wheel, and then the other for a lock to lock position, so I can get it centered and at least get a good idea of where I need to put tie rods at, because obviously I'm not gonna be perfect, but once the steering wheel is centered, I'll know, give or take, which way I need to do. So yeah, might actually be able to done. Well, might got have a tongue twisted. Might actually be able to have some sunlight after this. So keep it going. So I went ahead and cleaned the shafts from each side. Just used a normal rag, wiped it down as much as I could, and there wasn't much left, but so it could be a clean surface. I forgot I let one of my buddies use the super grease I had, so no problem. I'll just have to wait till he comes out of work. So in the meantime, I'm gonna just install everything right now. So right now, what I'm gonna do to center the steering wheel, basically, in all logic, all you gotta do is turn the wheel one way all the way, count how many spins you did, and then you can, I guess, do it back. So whatever number of spins you did, just, you know, put that in half, spin that amount, and you get your centering point. So for example, let's say, all right, center the wheel, so it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, done. Let's go back, center again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then boom, locks. So I know I have like 4 and some change. So if I just do 1, 2, that should be centered, because then I should have 2 turns and then lock. So it'll be 1, 2, lock. So if I go back to turns 1, 2, I can go 1, 2, and it should lock. Simple. So go 1, 2, and right there should at least be close, if not centered. Look inside, make sure everything looks good. Now that looks fire, that's a solid. Anyways, so now with it being like that, this shaft centered, well, to where it's supposed to be, as well as this one. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install it. inner tie rods for right now. Just have those installed, and then do the outer ones after, so I can show you how those go on. So the kit I bought, it was around, you can give or take like $200, which is not horrible, because I mean, if you buy tie rods and stuff like that from like AutoZone, you're basically gonna pay the same amount, and they're just OE. When these, I know Truhart and I believe K-Tune sells them, but I'd run with these. I don't see no actual difference. I couldn't find K-Tune when I did it, so it came with that inner tie rod, the nut, the boots. Came with some zip ties. I was gonna use zip ties regardless, so oh well. And all in all, guys, I paid $200 for a sticker, and you get everything else with it. It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. But then you get this. So I believe you still will use this washer. I'm not sure if you guys will have it, but it'll basically go in like that. No, I don't think so, because then it wouldn't even have enough room. Nah, yeah, just use the washer it came with, and these two slots right there are gonna line up with these two grooves right here. So basically like that, so it'll have no moving point. And the reason for that is, once you put this on, there's little notches in here. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but basically once you're going in, those will align on that part of the rack. Spin it while those being aligned, and this should slide right in that. Once it's locked in as tight as you can, you're gonna hit those tabs right there, bang 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 bang, which will in sense lock the washer or this collar, whatever you want to call it, to this tie rod, and these tabs lock in that, so it can prevent it wanting to come out. You can also put thread locker. I don't have any, so yeah, let's go ahead and get this installed. Alright, so I got that one inside. Oh, you can't really see that good. You can see the washer right here, locked in already. Still loose, but it doesn't move side to side, so just keep spinning it. Alright, so from right here you got a couple options. The tool I bought is meant for an inner tie rod. So the tool I bought, there's a lot you can buy out there. I've seen this one work, so I'm hoping it does. This is essentially what it's gonna do. Like I was explaining to you guys earlier of why you can't use any tools in the other ones I had. This is gonna clamp around the inner tie rod, that big old socket or joint right here. Clamp it down, tighten it. You can have an extension right here, and in a sense you just turn it. Once you get too much, loosen it, turn it to the point where you can get it just really tight. My first time using it, so I don't even know if this works that good, but I can use it now, because the other ones I can't even do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it set up and show you guys how it looks. Alright guys, this is my setup right now. So it actually clamps down pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. There's probably better tools out there, but I mean, because it's an AutoZone, it's an OEM tools brand. I like OEM tools. I didn't have to wait for nothing. So yeah, I got it. So basically, like I said, it has jaws in here, like little like cutouts for her to grab, and it actually has a good amount of little like layway. But all I essentially did was tighten it as much as I could on both ends, because obviously I can't reach the top one. So all I did was leave that one and get this one a little more slack. So when I tighten this nut right here, basically just wedging it like that in a sense, so it still locks it in. And I actually have a lot of room down here. I don't know if different cars it'll make it a little bit harder, but yeah, it's basically in there. So now you just get an extension right here, or if you have more room, just plain ratchet and just turn it. So get that right there. If I could do this one hand, boom, get my fancy little, where my ratchet go? I lost that motherfucker. Alright, so I'll grab your ratchet. Okay, and then from there we're just gonna turn it. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, so obviously right here it's starting to hit, so I mean you only get so much play out of it, but I mean, you know, it does the job. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just loosen this back up, rotate it real quick, and show you guys how it looks once it's all tightened up. Oh, Guys, I'm an idiot. This, you know, was my first time using this tool. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff, but never used this tool. I mean, I know how to use the tool, but I'm over here freaking whining that it doesn't fit. I'm just like, bro, I know how much lock I need now. Just pull out the freaking actual whole shaft or the rack out, and you have more room. What the Karens, bro? Oh my god. Ma'am, you don't even live here. Leave.
Sir,
Jesus Christ.
I need a shop for that,
Oh, let me go smack this wheel. And just like that, we're good on this side. I think it grabs it like surprisingly really freaking good. I mean, I'm talking that's like, that's snug. I used all my force on that. I mean, I'm not no bodybuilder, but I'm sorry right now, that motherfucker ain't coming off. And as you guys can see, it went inside the shim. So now all I'm gonna do is smack the tabs in, make sure it doesn't come out, and do the same for this side. Probably gonna show you how I set it up, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's see how good of an angle that is. So like I said, this part goes in like this, and then like if you guys ever forget where the indents are, they're all lined right here. So when you go to smack it, you know, it all lines up. But put that in there. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's in there. Once you get it in, it'll all line up. Spin it. Once you feel it already touching, like right there, I can feel it. Get those teeth aligned. You'll feel it when it slips in, because the little locker won't move in here no more. So there you spin it, and boom, pushes against that. And there, get the tool, snug it up. It doesn't have to be all the way deep inside, as long as it's anything that more outside is better. But yeah, and there you get the 14. And for some people, I know they probably might have done this, so they're like, it's like whatever, you know, but I just try going in depth so that whoever hasn't done this, you know, can get exactly how I'm doing it. So it makes it a little bit easier, but I don't know. All right, so now you want these little pretty snug, just, you know, so you can get a good grab on it, like I do right now. All right, so right there has a pretty firm snug on it. Yeah, I'm even turning my hand right here, but obviously I'm not gonna use all my force. So now what you want to get, regular ratchet, turn it right there, it gets stuck, pull it out. The next side, look, super easy, super easy. Probably the most work you gotta do is just keep flipping the ratchet, which takes what, a second. And there, I feel like it's starting to get snug. That's when it's actually pressing against that inside little washer. And then you can just do it as tight as you I'm doing it as tight as I possibly can. To be honest, guys, I don't know if there's a torque spec. If there is, pretty sure it's gonna tell you do it as tight as you freaking can. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're just steering talking about. And if this thing comes out, we're game over. So yeah, I'm just that's, I guess I'm not strong, but with all your might. Oh, okay, I think your boy's good right there. So I'm gonna take it off, take the tool off, and boom. Okay, so now that I have both inner rods in, now I do have to get the grease in there. So my buddy just got here, put the grease in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and back and center it. So now when I center it, I can at least get in the ballpark of where I want it. So yeah, just go ahead and do your steering wheel how I showed you guys earlier, and almost be done with this install. So I went ahead, threw the rod on, the boot on, just put the zip tie, you'll feel it. It's like a little, like, they're grooves where it sits in. Oh my god, that is the first time I ever had a car with new boots. And I must say, it's a little flex. But from there, put this nut back on, and this is where the fun really begins. So I don't believe these are side oriented. They both have the lettering on the same side. So We're just gonna grab one. So the shaft has a taper. That's what makes this whole system work. But this right here, that taper now gets locked in there. Obviously it's not locked in because it's not tight, but it gets locked in there. So now, first gonna screw this in there and then align it with that. All right, so when you put this on, you are gonna have to angle it due to the fact that, you know, the suspension is fully lowered. Well, I have bags, that's why it's fully lowered, but if you have coilovers, it should be a little higher up. So it should be a little bit easier. But you're gonna have this part right here and this bottom piece right here. So this piece is gonna stay upward like that to already start compressing, so that when you put this bottom piece right here, the nut that goes on bottom that tightens everything up, this one right here, will pull on the stud, therefore bringing it closer into the taper and therefore wedging it, and yeah, making it tie rod. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and get it installed real quick, show you guys the outcome of it. Okay, so I put the tie rod on already, filled the boots of grease. This one, I'm not even gonna talk about it. There's some complications, as always. I jinxed it when I said it was gonna be too much of an easy install. It is what it is though. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheel on. I already did the other side. Let's check it out. So you can see, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? How it compresses it in here. So yeah, hopefully it's good. If it's not, car's for sale, let me know. $5 from the McChicken. So I was lower on the ground. That's like a whole fucking baby head's height. Look at that shit. Damn. Like I tell you right now, looking a lot better. We're gonna do a pull. Oh yep. Oh my god. Guys, I fucked up. This is running to one neighbor. Oh damn. This is good though. This is what we want. So you gotta remember, for the first start of the video, I said I couldn't even thread them in. Now, that's what I'm able to do. Have more meat on the threads. That's exactly what we want. For now, I'm probably just gonna hire a little bit. Now I'm gonna just turn the wheel, spin it, use my alignment eyes. You know, always works. You don't need all that fancy alignment machine stuff. They're just trying to take your money. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Try to get that more aligned with the fender. And we have business, boys. Cause right now, if I take it like this, I don't know. Look how I'm fucking doing turn my wheel straight. Dumbass. Alright guys, so right now all I'm doing to bring the wheel more in, like I said, is the lock nut right here isn't loosened yet. I don't know if I even showed putting it on, but I don't think I did. I got too excited, I'm not gonna lie. Let me explain it real quick before I get myself into more of a hiccup. So basically all you want to do, if you have, like on my suspension, I have air, so it's all lowered. I had to preload the suspension up, screw this on, don't forget this nut, and then right here is a stud that goes all the way through down. Go all the way down, and I think I did explain how this part has to go up. You then install this other washer. It has a little cone to it that goes up. Put your nut on and tighten it till you can't. Then you put your cotter pin. That's it. As you guys can see, how much more straighter that is. Like that is a lot better angle for the steering rack not to do work or extra work, and your alignment should be a lot better. So right now I'm just tightening it so it brings everything more together and makes the wheel come in more, so it doesn't have any more, what was it, like positive toe. Yeah, so it doesn't have no more positive toe, basically like how it is right now. I just turned the wheel though so you can get more angle at it. But yeah, Mine, I'm using a 13 mil wrench, but since they're new, they're pretty tough, man. I won't even lie. But yeah, I did a little spot for a wrench to fit in. This one's a 13. I'm not sure if you guys will be any different, but yeah, I'm going to tie them more in until I can get it at least eyeballed. So I turned the steering wheel back straight. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I had to turn my car on so it wouldn't die. It's basically straight. You guys can see. Out there a little bit. It's almost there, but we need a tiny bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, and then do that one. So it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the camera once I got them somewhat straight. Alright, I did it one side just to show you guys a quick before and after what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm twisting it, tightening it, so it brings them both. So it's tightening it, basically bringing the wheel more in. This is a before. You can see how bad it is. Like, this looks like a thing of a left turn. That's basically straight. I don't know how off it is. I know it's not exactly it. I mean, I'm not on a alignment machine. I was messing around earlier, but yeah, seems pretty straight right there. But I know I'm gonna need an alignment visit just to at least get me driving good to an alignment shop better than before. Before I had to freaking fight the wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that side now, and hopefully I'm good. Main reason I did this was because I saw the tire was my alignment issue, and when I would turn, since this wheel was really bad, it was more out. It was negative toe. So with that being said, every time I do like a turn or something, and it happened after I put the new ones on, I would hear like a loud ass popping noise from this side. I'm not sure what it was from or what caused it, but yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the wheel all the way to the left, get access to that side, and do that. I really want to do a breakdown video of everything, but probably something stupid happened with this car. Alright guys, so I just finished it. I'm surprised at how much adjustment these really give you. Like, they give you a lot. You guys saw how bad it was in the beginning. Steering wheel didn't even move. I mean, it moved a little bit because of like the turning, but like, you know, it didn't like, I'm talking like maybe like that. Like, it didn't really move at all. You guys saw before, this is the after. That's the tire now. A lot better. So I'm not gonna truly know how it feels till I drive it, because obviously there's a straight out too, so I had to warming up a bit. Plus I don't want the battery to die. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash up, put my stuff away, take it on a test drive real quick, and see how it feels. Depending if I need to do adjustments, probably do it off camera. But yeah, we'll go on a quick test drive and yeah, see how they feel. Okay, so I don't know how exactly I'm gonna position you guys, but I'll probably put you guys in the sunroof like I did last time. I'm almost running out of gas too, so shit. Try to make this as quick as possible. But let's see. The angle looks decent, so you're not gonna see or feel it, but kids. Doesn't feel too much different so far. It's stiff. My main concern is when I turned right, I would feel a loud ass pop. So I think I felt it right now too. Damn it. Oh, my alignment's ass. Oh. Funny. A little too easy. Yeah, I definitely have a pull. It's like towards the left. My steering wheel's not straight either, so there's yeah, so I definitely need to align it. It just feels weird though. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to feel. It feels like very loose. That's a good word to use. I'm not sure, to be honest. Like on bumps it feels kind of funny, but then again, what if it's like the alignment? Alright guys, it got dark. GoPro's at 11%. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I thought the alignment went like, nah, it went pretty bad. I won't even lie. No cap out here. No filter, I mean. But yeah, it's still, well, you can't even see nothing, dude. You probably couldn't even see myself. Yeah, it's still turning a lot. So once I actually drove it, like I said, you won't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna just do some more adjustments. I can see this one's pulling, so have the steering wheel straight and get that done. But yeah, that's basically gonna do it for this video. But yeah, hopefully after, obviously once you guys do this, you guys are gonna go get an alignment. I'm not gonna do an eyeball alignment. I'm just doing it just so I can get there good, you know. I already fixed it. Yeah, I can see. Yep, yeah, all right. Anyways though, I hope you guys enjoy the video. For some of you that have never installed these, hopefully it helped you guys out and you guys benefit from this. If you guys liked it, go ahead and give it a like. But see you guys next time. Peace out.